about. The circumstances, the guy hiding, right? Behind the camera, different person, same number, same FaceTime, 3 people, 4 people over here, 3 over there that are with him, right? I suspect him based on his background. My father has slept with my girlfriends before, told others to sleep with my girlfriends. Because I wasn't supposed to become anything, right? They wanted full control of the outcome of my life. They wanted to pull the strings around me, but they couldn't control it. I became a doctor, and that was the breaking point. Everybody knows that. I repeat that all throughout since earning my doctorate, that's the final point in which I had a family. So that man appears on camera, looking to hide his face, talking to me regularly, not realizing, acting like if they were young, not realizing that one of them is bald and the other one has hair to his ears, right? And I come to an ultimatum. I tell my father, what's up? This is what's been happening. You don't speak to me. You have a nasty background with me. We're done. My checkmate is not talking to you. But the problem continues. The case is still wide open. I'm the detective here. I'm the FBI in this motherfucker. The case is still wide open. Why is it wide open? Because they don't want to let me go. Because they still want to be showing up at Brookfield Place, checking out where I'm at, having informants to come check me out and call them and shit, right? Because that's the problem with Hispanics. Once they propagate, they colonize this shit, you have snitches everywhere. So, and that problem right there is the reason why I don't go anywhere. You know, I don't go to Hawaii. Why am I going to go back to Hawaii if they're going to be there and they're going to tell them that I'm in Hawaii? You see? So it's just to avoid confusion, right? To avoid negative experiences elsewhere, vandalism, robbery, right? All the shit that they brought to my life, all this crime, organized crime that they brought to my life, I stay here. I stay here and I force them to come here, you know? So that's not where the shit ends. I've already said on 2 videos, or on the same video, that my father's been looking at 3 different people have been looking for me, and they all look like my father, and 3 more people, supposedly 1,000 miles from here, through the phone or FaceTime. And now we're gonna enter to my mom. You know, my mom, that same problem was happening in my house. My brother took me to the Giant supermarket to get beer one night. His arms were thin, his nose was round and buttoned, right? Now round and buttoned, he was way shorter, right? And the supposed brother that was living in my house was the complete opposite. Not just physically, but emotionally towards me, directed towards me, negative, aggressive towards me. So, based from the kindness of my brother when he had the scion to take me to Giant supermarket, I made sense in the 10 years that I was living in my mother's house that the one living in my house wasn't my brother. And to make it worse, to add to the case, like an FBI agent, like a real special agent, my grandmother was supposed to die in February around 3 years ago when I found out that my sister told me. However, when I went to look on the internet for my grandmother, likely that my grandmother died in my mother's house due to not natural causes, likely murder or neglect or whatever. I checked the internet and she's been dead since 2023 November. Somebody with her name died in Puerto Rico already. You see that, right? So she supposedly died in Pennsylvania the February, or when my stepsister told me, and there's a grave with her name on it in her hometown, Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, a date that does not align with the current date, with the date that happened then. And I was getting situated in the city when I found out. So you could say that if they were trading places, my father was trading places out the ass with different people to not be in my house, because he wasn't even in my house. I was raised by myself. You could also state that my grandmother was also not the same one that I spent 10 years with in Pennsylvania. And that my stepbrother was also not the same one. The two different people looking the same, different demeanor, aspect. One has the nose blown out with coke, right? The nose holes on the one that lives with my mother, holes are so big he has no nose flaps. And the other one has a completely different face and smile and evokes youth memories. So the Carlos Muñiz, that was the real one, was the one that took to get me beer on the Scion, a car that was crashed after being painted and modified and turbo and all this shit. So way back then, that was Carlos. And the one that was in my house over 10 years that made life miserable in my mom's house was not my brother. Then from that, my sister could also be fake. And to some, my mother could also be fake. My mother could not be my mother. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what drug organizations do. This is what Puerto Ricans do when you have power, influence, people, fame, and fortune. Because I was famous as fuck. I was skateboarder, snowboarder, surfer, traveled around the world with Kelly Slater and Andy Irons, knew Chapo Guzman, knew Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, before everybody. You see what I mean? So that, my life brought them to do that so that they could run with the money. That's my assumption. My assumption is these people used me to get rich and ran with the money. Disappeared. Peace. Gone. Double life. Double or triple life. Triple life. Like disappear and never come in contact with me again after committing the robbery. I was worth a lot of money. You know? I was worth a lot of money. I was Quicksilver. And snowboarding too. And skateboarding with Tony Hawk. And I helped Shaun White get his brand out, his name out, competing at the same time in the same contest, two contests that were impossible to do by the same person, and Shaun White doing slalom and another Shaun White doing half pipe. That's how we did it. That's how me, Lindsey Vonn, and the current Olympian did it. You see, I was involved in a lot of shit. And my family, where is he? I don't know. They didn't care. And once I turned into a doctorate, after pulling the strings and ruining my life, right, stopping me from the fame and fortune, they disappeared because I got a doctorate. And after disappearing, that I got a doctorate, once I get a doctorate, they want to come back. They want to come see me and call me and whistle. Cuquito. Want to be calling me with these native internal sounds that every child remembers. It's such a fucking specific sound that you know who's your father. You know? It's a whistle. My stepdad's whistle. Boom, loud as hell. So sharp, you would break neck like, woof, David, where is he? Like that. Real specific tonality. And that's how I caught them. I caught them visual representation, I caught them tonality, and I caught them multiple places at the same time. You know? Different people at the same time. What are they doing here right now? Looking to stop me from working at Goldman & Sachs, looking to stop me from having a car, looking to stop me to have sex, to keep me celibate, to castrate me and stop me from having a family, looking to stop me from getting my fame back, right? To go back surfing and getting all the attention that I had then. 30 cameras all for me. A whole block with cameras aimed at that water at 8 in the morning. Right here. By myself. I got that motion. I got that clout. You see? So they're here looking to capitalize on the next leg of my life, being 40 years old, and they're making a fool out of themselves. Because now I know. Now I let people know. Anybody looking for me up in this mall, sitting in Brookfield Place next to Tartinery, is up to no good. Anyone, any one of them, looking the same, looking similar, claiming they my parents, friend, brother, sister, no good. Keep them away. Get them out, arrest them. Simple. And the guards know. The guards are doing their job over here. The Battery Park, BPL right there, is doing exactly as intended to protect me from them. All they could do is watch me sleep at a bench, right? Watch me eat, watch me drink my beer, watch me get up at 7 in the morning to work online. Today I made $10, and that's it. That's the rest of my life. Because for me to move up in life, my parents have to start becoming senile, right? The mafia gotta go away. The mafia gotta go away from me. Gotta leave me alone. My brothers, sisters, and enemies have to become grown people, right? We're talking about grown, like children, adults, bills, 40 hours a week for them to forget that I'm here, right? And that's when I could start stretching my legs and say, all right, let me buy a car. I haven't seen these people, I haven't seen these people in a while. It's been more than, all right, let's get a car. Let's get a lease. 2026. Let's get ourselves something nice for $400 a month. Let's go get with the doctorate, a little job. Let's start moving. But with them in the middle, they'll make everything. They'll make everything that I try to do paper mache. Because all they want to do is pull the strings around me by winning people over. All they want to do is make a scene. They don't care about looking at me in the middle of the night. They don't care if I sleep in a park. They could come try to kill me in the park. They don't care. They like to make themselves known in front of people. They need attention when they try to smear me or discriminate me or do the shit that they've been doing. After I made them rich, after they spent all their money that was mine and theirs behind me, So that's what's been happening in my life. I hope you guys do good. This is Terror Destroy 5K, Dr. Roman Bonilla. I called my mom and I told her what's up. My mom didn't know. I called her today and let her know. Yo, this what's been going on, my dad. My dad's been showing up, this motherfucker. I seen him with a young girl, naked as shit on a white dress. They here looking to propose to whomever girl I meet off the internet. They waiting like hawks, looking to take the knee and pull the diamond out to anybody I talk to. I meet somebody new, they want to pipe it like that. I told my mom straight up, and I feel that for the coincidence of all that's happening to my father, that neither the son that's living in your house and our grandmother that's deceased was the real people. Because my mother's blind. My mother's not too blind, but she needs eyeglasses. You understand what I'm saying? But I caught the move here, and I caught the move with Carlos, and I caught the different times that a grandmother was dead, right? Obituary online on a specific cemetery, and she died at your house some other day. You understand what I'm saying? Those are real unique pieces of information, like an FBI agent. This is the real deal. I hope y'all have a good day. I'm enjoying my chicken tendies today and some honey mustard. Getting dumb, how people call it.